In this video, we're going to dive into student accommodations and how they appear in the actual assessment on Performance Matters. We're looking at a student screen right now. I'm going to go ahead and start this assessment. It starts off by giving us the overall list of accommodations that are provided. Once I click Start, it warns me that the lockout browser is enabled. And if I go to any other pages while in this test, I will be locked out. I'm going to click Start Test, and I'm going to go to question 4 here because it's a multiple response item. You'll notice across the top I have my text-to-speech capabilities. If I click play,
the image shows a burdock seed and seeds inside a tomato. Image. Which statements are true about the dispersal of...
It will read the text for me. I could go ahead and I could highlight a specific set of text. And I have this magnifying glass right here.
Image. Which statements are true about the dispersal of
and it will
the seeds?
look, check out here.
Tomato seeds are
it will actually enlarge the font for me here. So I can actually use this enlarge font feature. It's going to enlarge the text as it reads it out loud. I also have a couple other tools here. Make a selection in the page and click to translate it. So if I highlight a specific set of items within the text, I can then click on this and it's going to translate it into Spanish. I can click play.
La imagen muestra una semilla de bardana y semillas dentro de un...
And it's going to read it in Spanish. I also have the ability to highlight a word by double clicking on it, and I have the actual dictionary here. And I could play any one of those as well. Or I could have the picture dictionary, and it's going to give me the word and a picture as to what that is. In my settings, I can select the translation to a different language from English to the default is Spanish. And under General, I can change the voice speed, the text highlighting, the text magnification as well. Over here on the right-hand side, I have different tools. These include Choice Eliminator, so I can go through and select which ones I do not want or think are correct. Calculator, Notepad, and an assortment of other tools, many of which will be default to all students. However, the text-to-speech is enabled through the accommodations profile. You could also view student accommodations from your Performance Matters dashboard. Here I can see a list of students in my class. If I select a student, it's going to bring me to a page where I could identify test accommodations. By selecting test accommodations, it will show me which accommodations have been provided to the student. At the start of the year, REA went ahead and downloaded a list of over 7,000 students that had a text-to-speech accommodation. We sent that list to Performance Matters, and Performance Matters updated each of those student profiles to have text-to-speech. For the rest of the year, from this point forward, teachers and staff members at the school will be able to manage the test accommodations for their students. At any time, a teacher or a staff member could come into the test accommodation screen and apply a specific accommodation to a student's account. I would recommend selecting and keeping all course types, so you just apply that accommodation to all courses. You can change things such as magnify, translation, dictionary, picture dictionary, text size, and color contrast. All of the available tools will be available by default to all students on all district assessments. So the only tools you need to worry about are the specific accessibility accommodations. So if there is a change to a student's IEP or 504 plan, you would need to come into here, into Performance Matters, and update the accommodation. It's very simple to update an accommodation. You can come here and click a specific accommodation, and then come down on the bottom right-hand corner here and click Save Changes. It will identify the last edit date, to let you know your changes have been saved. The accommodations provided on the student portfolio, as seen here, will overwrite any accommodations that were initially provided on the test. So they will always get things in addition to what was already available on the test. So if by default you assigned read aloud only to all students on the test, then all students would gain that access. If you're looking for specific accommodations for specific students, this is the place to do it. And once again, it's under Test Accommodations right on your student details screen.